Welcome to Kump. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Donald Trump was told in May that his name was among many names in the Epstein files. And I believe his name showed up multiple times, which makes it a little...
Multiple times.
I believe it was when Justice Department officials reviewed what Attorney General Pam Bondi called a truckload. A truckload. We keep getting these things. A truckload of documents, but then the binders, and the binders basically said, Jeffrey Epstein was a financier in New York or something.
Yeah, I don't want the truck. Just sort it all out.
What was it? Was the binder just like a trapper keeper, and there was like a folder, and it had like a picture of Ghislaine on it? Right? And just like Ghislaine, Jeffrey's friend. May Bondi and her deputy informed the president of a meeting at the meeting in the White House that his name was in the Epstein files. Many other high-profile figures were also named. I believe, I don't know if it's multiple times. I'll be under a grand jury, purge, in front of Congress in 3 days. Why did you get multiple times? I don't know. There's a lot of news. It's hard to keep track, Senator, Congressman. But I'm pretty sure. I can guarantee one thing: my name's in those files 0 times, so I'm fine.
That's what I love about you.
Thank you. You ain't gonna find my name. I mean, if you do, oh my! I mean, there really is no.
Then there's no bottom to this.
Like the whole country. I mean, honestly, the smartest thing to do for Trump would have been just get the census and just put that in the thing, so everyone's guilty. Yeah. That would have been the real dead man switch. Like, he just write a little program, you get the census data, you put honestly, that would be trivial for a computer of today's power.
It's true.
You think, but there's millions of names. Cares? It's a computer. It's a fast computer. They can do that. It's interesting to... what is the deeper text of this news story? Let's just go a little bit. The official said it was routine. The official said it was a routine briefing that covered a number of topics, and that Trump's appearance in the documents wasn't the focus.
So this is just an aside.
Yeah, this is just like, look. We arrested some guy who's a cat burglar, and then your name showed up in the Epstein files, and we were thinking of repainting some of the courts blue. That's nice, right? Blue courts. This is the second most important news of the day. Didn't they also report today that they renamed the Opera House as the Kennedy Center after Melania?
They did?
Why is that not part of this report? They told the president...
They should. Beautiful woman.
She's fine. No, it's not my type. But, I'm not...
And she's an opera singer, right?
Is she?
No, I don't think so.
That'd be amazing. They really would have buried the lead with that. They told the president at the meeting that the files contained what officials felt were unverified hearsay about many people, including Trump, who had socialized with Epstein in the past, some of the officials said. One of the officials familiar with the document said they contain hundreds of other names. I mean, there's the investigation of the offender, became the materials contained. It's been a very rocky road, I guess you'd say, with this whole Epstein thing. I hate to keep bringing it up, but every week they keep bringing juicy things that, I don't want to call it, really, this is this would be the end of any other president, wouldn't it? This is so much worse than Watergate. Watergate, they broke. Even if you take Watergate as a scope, as the larger scope, right? It's not just that they inexplicably broke into the DNC headquarters in '72, which is why would they do that? But the plumbers and breaking into Ellsberg to intimidate him,
right?
Get a psychiatrist's office or whatever, because the Pentagon Papers, all that stuff. It's all. The Pentagon Papers are a big deal, but this seems worse.
This seems worse than the Pentagon Papers. This seems worse than the Panama Papers.
What, you thought we weren't bombing people? Oh, the Pentagon Papers is we're bombing more people than we thought. Oh, no one. It's Nixon actually didn't think we had a good chance of winning the war. Well, you wanted to believe that. That's different than this. This seems like the worst thing.
Yeah. Also, like how much of the Pentagon Papers was just like historical context? Wasn't a lot of it just being like the French did this, and then
I don't know. I think it was a lot of documents. I don't think it was the Encyclopedia Britannica. They just ripped out a bunch of pages from the World Book Encyclopedia.
Maybe I went too far. I'm not trying to demean the Pentagon Papers.
You really are just you're dogging it. You're dogging the Pentagon Papers. Lucy ain't having it, Pentagon Papers.
But this seems more personally incriminating than any of that stuff. Unless, is there a chance that Donald Trump, he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, is there a chance that he's in there multiple times because he's complaining about, the island?
He's complaining about, like, what do you mean? Like why doesn't he own it? What do you mean complaining about? When would he be complaining? At what time? Like, what are you saying?
I mean, anything as noble as the complaining about the abuse of children.
Is this the kind of thing where
as self-absorbed as like?
Are you picturing like
maybe just didn't like the service?
Are you picturing like that scene in Spaceballs? The Star Wars spoof where like they were actually like watching the movie in the movie. Like, I'm actually I'm only in the papers because I was actually, being briefed on it, and that's why it's the brief. The brief I was getting was actually in. I mean, it seems very circular. I mean, I think it has more to do with his strange little documents,
right?
These little drawings. We're sending love letters to Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. No, I mean, their friend. I mean, they reported over the weekend that their friendship was bigger. It does seem odd. It does seem odd that the news is all of a sudden has all these bombshells. Like, where were you guys during wouldn't this be pertinent during an election?
Well, that's almost enough to make you think like it's not that it's real, Like if this stuff was more phony,
right? But
might be coming out during the election.
Why can they all of a sudden do their job now? Like, or like if it's not that, then who's leaking it then? I mean, it doesn't mean it's not true. That's the thing. They go, well, they're leaking it because of this and that. Yeah, maybe, but I mean, it's pretty bad. Is it true? That should really be the issue. Is it true? I mean,
the most shocking thing about this to me is that Donald Trump has a friend like that. I don't.
A cool friend like Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't think of him as a guy who would really have close friendships.
Oh yeah.
I think of him as somebody who has entanglements.
Right.
Sometimes corrupt entanglements.
I think there's a lot of years that you're not accounting for. Like I think there was when he was younger, he was building buildings.
What are you saying? They were in the babysitters club together? Or something?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe they babysit. Well, I hope not. Let's hope not. That would be a real breach of security in the babysitters club. I mean, this goes all the way to the top. Sidebar, real quick. While you're here, why not subscribe to the show? You'll love it. We all love the show. And if you're already subscribed, click the notification bell because they don't just tell you. You think they're gonna tell you, they don't tell you that the new episode's out. So just hit the bell, and when you click on the bell, it'll give you options. I think it's not gonna ask you your social security number. I hope. Don't give it to them. But whatever, just get alerts. You need to know. You need to know when we know that the Wall Street Journal made a report. Also, patreon.com/RayCump. If you want to get extra episodes of the show every week, we do an extra episode every week, and that's available on patreon.com/RayCump for only $5 a month. I think it's a nice fair trade. That's capitalism. It's good, honest capitalism, not crony capitalism. So there's also that. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing is very incriminating. You could almost look like, who's leaking this and why? It does seem odd, the fact that Trump. I mean, do we have that thing about the Obama thing? Yeah, so Obama breaks silence on Trump's outrageous call to right, because earlier this week, Trump basically decided he was going to prosecute Barack Obama over election fraud, which seems odd.
In 26?
I believe in the window between when he won the election and Trump and when he took office. In that window, and look, it just seems a little late in the game, but I don't know if they, maybe whoever's leaking these maybe it's when they brought the truckload of documents, they had Trump's name 1,000 times. There was also this. He found a memo. He's like, oh, you find something that exonerates us? No. But look, Obama, he said Russia once. I mean, look, I don't trust Obama. I know you do. I mean, I don't want to speak for Lucy.
Do I trust it? I don't know if I don't trust. I don't really trust any of these. I think
it's part of the deep, dirty state.
But
right,
yeah,
the dirty, deep state. I think him and Michelle probably, they get dirty. They get assets. Where's that chef's kiss? But
he's been taken to the proverbial dark room.
Sure.
And shown what happens when you step out of line.
Isn't it because he's black? So I don't want to accuse you of anything here. No, I don't think it's you being like with the smoking men, right? The men with the smoke cigars in the back. And
they hold it up and they say, "This is going inside of you."
And so how big?
If you sell out Epstein.
Oh wow!
If you sell us out.
Yeah. Well, he didn't apparently. I mean, everything was fine. He can say with a good conscience to those people that everything was fine when I left.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
None of this stuff was in the news.
Yeah. Barack Obama has broken his silence on calls from Donald Trump for him to be prosecuted by unequivocally, whatever, I said it wrong, rejecting his successor's accusations that he tried to engineer a coup following Trump's 2016 election victory by manufacturing evidence of Russian interference. Obama took the unusual step of issuing an emphatic refutation. That looks bad. I don't think Obama probably did it, but that does look bad. I'm an honest broker here. And I think maybe you
think emphatic means guilty?
I just think, did they say emphatic reputation? I don't after Trump told reporters that his predecessor had tried to lead a coup against him. Yeah, I don't know.
Emphatic is the kind of thing that a guilty person says.
It's not in quotes.
Emphatically deny.
This is a problem with the quote unquote fake news. That they say emphatic reputation. When I hear that, I hear Obama going, "I emphatically refuse, refute." This is a terrible Obama impression. Not tanking. Respect, whatever. I mean, look, it's obviously you'd have to be a dumb. Look, yeah, sure, put him in jail. You'd have to be really dumb to make the case that, no, it's just a coincidence.
Right.
This whole thing's going down. We know the timing. This is the worst time to do it. I mean, unless it's just I know I'm, because here's the thing with Trump. I alluded to it before when I was talking about Pentagon Papers or whatever the hell that tirade was about. But the idea that any other president probably would have resigned or be resigning right now, and maybe he is. Maybe he's in the Oval Office, with a quill and an ink reservoir, right? and he's writing out. He's drafting a resignation letter because he brought shame to the country by the mere hint of impropriety, and he's gonna what did Nixon say? I'm gonna slink back into the shadows.
You'll never say that?
No. Like a vampire, never see me again. You try to kick Richard Nixon again, I'll kill you. Don't you ever kick me. Imagine thinking you want Richard Nixon to kick around. If he said that was about when they lost against Kennedy. You want Nixon to kick around anymore? Right. What a pathetic worm thing to say. If you try and kick me. By implication, other men are kicking him and he's allowing it?
Yeah.
Well, Nixon to kick around. Look, you can talk all the shit you want, but if you kick me, I'll kill you. I got connections to the CIA. Don't you dare kick me.
He won't be able to humiliate me and make a freak out of me.
Yeah, kick my ass.
What are you gonna do now?
Fucking, this dog. You see, I'll show you this dog Checkers. Look at him. He's great.
You won't have the ability. You won't have the ability to call me a rat and spit on me anymore. And then what will you do?
Look at my little pig dick. Laugh at it. Little pig dick. Anyway, but no, I don't think Trump is doing that. But but he could be. But so my point is, I don't. What is my goddamn point? No, but he's not. I don't think he's drafting a resignation letter.
No, I don't think so.
So my point is what does happen next, right? Like, what is the move? What, like, do we just kind of, like, does anything happen? Do we move on? Because I was gonna say, if it was that, then you could see the Obama thing as like, well, I'm leaving, and I ain't gonna be as noble as Tricky Dick, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a few people down with me, and one of them's Obama. Maybe I'll get Bill Clinton. We'll talk about that in a second, right?
Yeah.
Like, I should bring that up. Because now, make this bigger too. The whole thing, whatever. Make it full size or whatever. Yeah.
So in a scandal that has been largely lost,
no, the Clinton thing. Oh, it is. Wait, no. Oh, this is a video. Okay. Because the House panel here votes to subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton over possible links to Ghislaine Maxwell. That was a separate thing, I think, or connected.
Right.
But the point is, so the House voted to do this, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Wait, scroll back up. The House panel. I thought the House got suspended yesterday because Mike Johnson didn't want people voting to get people to release the documents.
Yeah.
This whole thing is so screwy and changes from moment to moment. But so now the House panel has voted to subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton. How about subpoenaing the goddamn president?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm curious about what the end goal is with this now, because if the president is blocking it,
yeah,
like, how do you even effectively
blocking what?
I guess the idea is, like, we can still kind of like we can still go after Democrats who are on the list.
Yeah.
Then those are the rules now. So let's just try to get Bill and Hillary.
It seems like the wrong time to make a big deal about Epstein. Even if, like, look, you're right, there is something to the Epstein thing. But it's Bill Clinton. Like, we found your name. Like, wow, you don't know what's in the name. Was that a famous speech? What is there details here about this? What do we got here?
A House Oversight Panel subcommittee voted to subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton Wednesday over their alleged ties to notorious pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's convicted accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. Representative Scott Perry introduced the motion for subpoenas during a federal law enforcement subcommittee hearing.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems apparently Walensky, whatever her name is, I don't know. The whole thing's very. I mean, what would if you were the chief of staff? What would you tell Trump to do?
I mean, honestly, this isn't a bad strategy. Just go aggressively after the political enemies who are on it.
Right.
Suppress the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Deny everything else.
Respectfully, I think you'd be toast. I don't think it's a good strategy.
What do you think is a good strategy?
You want to hear my strategy?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Bomb Iceland.
You're always trying to get like distracting bombings going.
But it worked for Clinton. Clinton was a good politician. You know, people were like, "Hey, Walensky," like when she was like, and he's like, Operation Desert Fox. I'm the Desert Fox. Wasn't it called Desert Fox? Wait, wasn't Rommel the Desert Fox? Look up Operation Desert Fox. Am I wrong here?
Desert Fox was the nickname.
Of what?
Wasn't it like
just look up Operation Desert Fox? Because I believe that's what they called the operation. Yeah, they called the Operation Desert Fox. But isn't that also that was when they bombed Iraq before, in between the Gulf War and the Iraq War, there was a 1998 bombing of Iraq to just basically distract from the Lewinsky testimony. And it's just interesting that they named it after, Rommel, the Desert Fox, the Nazi tank commander.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking before.
It never occurred to me before, but it was interesting. So, Bill Clinton had a great sense of humor, too. People know how to put, you don't change the subject by just going like, hey, did you cheat on your wife? well, that guy cheated on his wife. What? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just accuse.
But the thing is, like, if you give it a little bit of air,
Yeah,
and you use it to go after your political enemies, then it's kind of like there are at least some people
Right.
who will be loyal enough to you or just stupid enough that they'll be like, oh, he's taking it seriously. They're doing something about it, you know.
maybe. Release the files.
But also,
I think it begs the question.
why are you in the files so much?
Yeah, it begs the question. Oh, so we also want to see the files.
Yeah.
Like, you're just getting this diehard. Everyone who was, like, on the fence before, like, look, I maybe he did, but I care about the immigration thing more, and I want to do that. I want to deport people. But then it's like, oh, yeah, Clinton. Yeah, get Clinton. Release those files, you know?
Look, of course, none of this is going well.
Right. I'm saying, this is what I'm saying, but you're like, this is why I don't think it's a good idea to just, like, try to accuse someone else of the crime you did, because that's going to just get more people investigating it. You need to bomb Iceland. People are going to be asking a lot of questions. Why Iceland? Right?
Yeah.
That's number one. A lot of people, not me, a lot of people go, what is Iceland? Do you mean Greenland? You were talking about Greenland before. Do you mean Greenland? Good question. No, different country. Kind of weird though, right? People confuse them both. Because Greenland's actually got more ice and Iceland's got more green, or vice versa, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, wasn't annexing Greenland an idea at one point? He was floating?
Right, he was trying to conquer Greenland, yeah. And look, I imagine part of the process would be bombing it. You don't usually annex something without bombing any of it or marching troops into it.
Mm. The thing is, nothing's really going well.
Are you afraid if you agree with me that we're gonna actually bomb? I'm not. There will be no blood on either of our hands. You can just agree that's a good pivot. No one's gonna call you the butcher of Reykjavik. And Lucy, who was complicit in her husband's tirades against Iceland. I mean, look, I will. I won't wait until for the bombing to start. If any kind of rhetoric comes out where, like, you know, we're going, hey, they shouldn't have hosted, they cheated, and Bobby Fischer, that whole, because remember he played against Spassky? I think he won there, though, so why would we bomb them over it? Still, he doesn't know that. I'm just saying, if anything comes out, I will try to, you know, I'll try to put the genie back in the bottle. I'm not trying to get Iceland bombed. I'm just saying it's a way of thinking.
True. Yeah, the problem is none of these projects are going very well.
No.
Right? Like
which ones?
They promised to deport a bunch of people. They haven't really deported that many people.
I think Obama did more. Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, they were talking about annexing Greenland.
Right.
No progress over there.
That didn't seem as fully fledged.
That didn't seem as fleshed out.
He did get the big, beautiful bill passed. God knows what that is.
That's true.
Maybe there's a bill. Maybe, look, this might be like Usual Suspects. Like, you know, like one of those reveals where it's like, oh, but I, like almost like a Robert Moses thing. Oh, you think you got me cornered? Well, he's doing all this, right? So that everyone kind of beats themselves up, right? Everyone kind of punches themselves out.
Yeah.
And goes, hey, you know, we think you're in the files. And he's doing a rope. He might be. Don't take this as me like giving him like credit for anything. I don't like this. I'm not support. But you have to say it's on YouTube now. I don't support this. But Trump might be doing a rope-a-dope. He might be doing a rope-a-dope. And here's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's got the savvy for it, but he might be going, oh, my name's not in there. Oh, investigate, you know, Bill Clinton, investigate Obama, do all this. I look so guilty. And he, you know, and just doing all this stuff. And at the last moment, maybe he buried in that bill somewhere, just the way Robert Moses used to do, some kind of clause that makes him innocent of the Epstein thing. Like that makes like that legal. Oh, that'd be bad. But only for the president. You know? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that would at least make it explicable instead of being inexplicable.
That's true.
I'm not saying it happened. You're not putting it over at all. You don't like this theory. You don't think he has the savvy to change the laws and then...
I mean, I don't know if that was really his MO ever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like he would actually get caught up. He would actually get tangled up in the law a lot.
Right.
Like, you know, he would talk a big game, and then you know, some of his stuff did like pan out.
Remember how like Kevin Spacey? Remember Kevin Spacey's hand straightened out? He's
Yes.
lighting a cigarette. He's like, "Oh, I'm not crippled anymore." It's like that.
Yeah.
And like that, he's gone. You know? I I mean, wouldn't that be? Look, it would be horrendous. It would be like the worst thing that's ever happened. Mm-hmm. It would be like the devil moment, right?
Right.
But it would be kind of like, at least it would be kind of a spectacle. Because right now we've been kind of dealing with a lot of incompetence. You know, I mean, Obama. I don't know if he really I don't know if the Cars for Kids things he did, or the Cars for Cash for Clunkers really worked out. That wasn't great. I mean, and he did a lot of drone strikes and a bunch of other stuff. Then, you know, Trump didn't have a great go around the first time. You know, and they make things look polished. And then Biden couldn't talk, and he was brain dead, and his son was running around Europe trying to like hock people up for money, for crack and whatever. Get the big guy some crack. And then, you know, and now we got this Keystone Cops, you know, pipeline stuff going on.
Right.
I'm just saying, wouldn't my thing, wouldn't this plot point kind of make at least go, oh, at least they know what they're doing a little bit. At least someone knows what they're doing.
But you would find that comforting.
I mean, we're dealing in a reality of separate kinds of comfort. You're not. It wouldn't make me feel good.
You just really want to trust Donald Trump.
No, look, I don't want. I just want to know the president's not a raving psychopath. I don't really care. I'm fine. I'm fine knowing he is. I'm just saying it would be comforting on some level. I mean, you know, you're just happy.
It's kind of like, honestly, it reminds me a little bit of like you're doing almost like like, you know, we make fun of this sometimes, but like Scott Adams in the 4D chess thing, he's playing 4D chess.
What, the Dilbert guy?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, obviously this is a
Scott Adams is a brilliant guy. I mean, I
don't think he's a brilliant guy.
It wouldn't be a wrong thing.
I don't think he's a brilliant guy. I think Dilbert was all right. Dogbert was like fine. Like, it's a cute design.
But he has a brilliant approach to art.
Okay. He's leaning on the fucking Da Vinci. Dilbert.
He has cancer. Did you hear he had cancer?
No, I didn't hear that. I'm not on his live chat. I'm not on his link. What do you call it? Live journal.
I hope he gets better.
Yeah, I hope he gets better. I don't wish cancer on anyone.
Scott Adams is inspiring to me. I gotta say.
Wait, so you spent the last 10 minutes calling me an idiot, selling me out, and putting me out, hanging me out to dry, to like, and you sound like Scott Adams, and now you're like, oh, I love Scott Adams. What is this? What is this? You're doing a rope-a-dope or a loop-de-loop or some shit. Anyway, there's a lot going on here. It's hard to sort through because it's distractions upon distractions. You know, at the MLK yeah, I mean that's the other thing that happened this week.
The MLK files.
Well, yeah. So this is the other thing that happened this week. We have before he went for the Obama, he tried to float like I got some kind of interest you in some MLK. Perhaps I can get some. Is there anything in these files? He released 240,000 files. I mean. Are you accusing MLK of going to friggin' the island? Of going to Epstein's island? Is MLK on the list? The long sealed related files.
I'm guessing this does not prove conclusively that. Well, what is the theory with MLK? That the Dallas police.
I don't know.
And like the FBI conspired somehow.
I know basically the basic idea is that the FBI did it.
Right.
Or put the guy up to it. I don't know about the Dallas police being involved per se.
But yeah,
yeah, I mean it's a I don't know what is there anything in these before that? All right, let's see. Released Monday, term of administration. Scroll down, please. Is there anything in here that says anything about the files?
The internal FBI memos detail the investigation into King's assassination and include the discussion of potential leads.
You have to know, sorry, skipping ahead. You have to know FBI numerical serialization practices to even understand what you're looking at, Garrow said about the documents. It's almost akin to learning a foreign language. Well, that seems useful. So I guess these files, they just released a bunch of files. Like, they just kind of it seems like these things were in a binder. Or a series of binders. They ripped them out and just threw them in a garbage bag and gave them to some journalist. Yeah. It's here. It's MLK. It's just whatever. It's from his book biography.
The King family has long objected to the release of the documents and urged the public to view the records with their full historical context.
Well, the reality is, I mean, they had information on him. I mean, the public kind of knowledge or whatever. He's cheating on his wife a lot, right? That's kind of accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just look. You know, they know. They try to get him to send him a letter to get him to self delete.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
they said, "Hey, we know about this.
About your...
Why don't you self-delete?" He's like, "What does that mean?" Like, well, we don't want to write in a letter because we might get censored. YouTube might demonetize us if we say what we want you to do. He's like, "What's YouTube?" It's all got very messy. But the point is, or else I'll tell your wife. And he's like, "Just tell her that. I don't care." You don't think she knows?
This is interesting. The family, which was given advance access to the files, has denied Ray was solely responsible.
Yeah.
For MLK's murder.
Well, good for them.
I didn't know that they were kind of out there with that. That
publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably not at first. At first, they were probably just. I mean, it'd be smart. I wouldn't blame them to just be like, but they, you gotta know.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a lone gunman. Was it?
You got to suspect at least.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he probably told his wife. You know, they want me to self-delete. Why? Well, you know, you remember that, Ashley? Oh, you son of a bitch. The FBI's after me. It's not important right now. You know? Don't make this about that.
Baby, we gotta show a united front here.
She's like, Mo. Yeah, whatever. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever really encountered somebody crazy or racist enough to be like, well, yeah, I cheated on his wife. It's like...
Wait, what?
In the context of I
don't think
discrediting him or whatever.
I think it was more... Yeah, I think it was more to do with his wife, and she's also a reverend.
In the 60s, I'm sure it was...
Well, look, I think... No, I don't think it was about... I think it was about his people. I don't think it was about, your premise is interesting, where it's like, hey, if you think the racists hate you now, wait till they find out you cheated on your wife. I don't think that was the gimmick. I think it was more like, your wife, your parishioners or whatever you call it, your congregation, the other ministers, the movement.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's not like the Klan was showing up at night and planning burning crosses.
Slanderer!
Fuck boy!
Marriage is sacred! Just like breaking windows. You took a vow! You took a vow! They threw a brick through the window. For better or for worse! For richer or poorer! So yeah, I guess it kind of works. I mean, we're talking about that now instead of Trump. I mean, where do we go from here?
I mean, I do think it's important. I would like to. Maybe we should look into this more. For a Kump dump or something.
Yeah,
read one of those. I think there's some book out there called Conspiracy or something. That's about it.
It's called Conspiracy. We'll read the conspiracy book. What? It's called Conspiracy? That's a weird name to call a book. Is this like the first? Is this like the first conspiracy? I mean, I'm pretty sure that Julius Caesar beat them by 2,000 years. It wasn't the first conspiracy even. This is about MLK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have named it something different. I would say the MLK conspiracy or the Martin Luther King conspiracy. The racist conspiracy.
Sure.
Whoever named it that is very. But I guess they want to get people who are also looking into 9/11, and it's like, well, I'll read this. Did you go on Amazon.com and conspiracy? Did you mean MLK? Well, no, but that's all right. Whatever. This is a good segue though, because I honestly. I want to try a little exercise here. You, Lucy.
Sure.
And me. I want to go through some because this is MLK is dead, right?
He is.
And I think the implication here, I do think they're trying to muddy the waters. That's just me. I think they're trying to make people think, well, maybe MLK did it, or maybe he was involved, which he was, by just nature of when he died.
By the nature of time. He was not on Epstein's island.
I mean, Epstein might have been alive, but he might have been a little young boy at the time he died. I don't know. You think Epstein watched him march? Did he march with him?
I'm just imagining Epstein, I'm just imagining MLK looking at a baby Epstein in his crib.
Doing what? I mean, just talking, like peeking in the window. He's in the crib, and like Epstein, Martin Luther King, as they're marching like through the neighborhood, he like goes and peeks in the window, looks at the baby. What do you mean?
He's like, yeah, his baby.
What are you getting at? Oh, look at that baby! I love looking at babies.
He had the opportunity to kill baby Epstein, and he didn't.
Well, I mean, you know, it's he would have been accused. Can you imagine that? Like, you know, that would have been a strange setback to the civil rights movement. I feel like he just killed some Jewish baby. You know, it would have looked bad.
Well, look, you don't think it would have been a setback to in 1900s whatever Austria to kill a little innocent baby?
But no one ever.
Baby Aryan?
First of all, Hitler wasn't an Aryan. But you know, I think it's famously recorded. But it's also
okay, fine. An innocent baby Mischling.
I'm not sure what's that word. Is that a real word?
Yeah, it's mixed.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you speak Austrian. Yes, I it's more like, though, imagine if like you asked Anne Frank to kill him, though. I mean, you know, it would just be like, it would be kind of like, it would be a good idea, I guess.
Well, yeah, I think if Anne Frank had the opportunity, she should.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just saying, but also, I mean, there is, you know, he's in the middle of a civil rights movement, and he's going around killing babies. Indeed, allegedly, in this alternate universe.
But you know, Hitler was actually older than Anne Frank.
Right, I'm just saying, like, it'd be really.
That's actually the whole premise of her tragic diary.
Sure,
is that such a young girl died.
I mean, name another one. name another famous, like, innocent. Like, I mean, there's so many, but I mean, I can't. Eli Wiesel, I guess.
Yeah.
Who wrote Night? Imagine if he just killed a baby. And we, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Then he would have blamed. They would have blamed everything on that. I'm just saying. The idea is not to get the victim to do it. It's supposed to be a noble thing that you go back and do.
Right.
Hey, okay, while you're here, while you're marching, you really like this idea, though. You really think Martin Luther King should have done this, even though there was no connection.
I was trying to think of how they could be implicated with each other.
Sure, entwined through Trump. That's how Trump is like a Doctor Who character.
Yeah,
he's like he links together.
He's like a crazy portal or something.
Yeah, he's like a vortex. He's like a Time Lord. Oh, Trump.
He's a time bandit.
He's a time tease.
So what is this exercise you want us to do?
We're gonna go. I have some kind of randomly. These are some of the most famous people in history, but dead people, and they died all before 1980, right? Mm-hmm. And we're gonna go through and go, would this person? And I don't think well, I'll say this about Martin Luther King. Would he have gone? No,
I don't think so.
I don't think he would. Prove me wrong.
I think he would have had an affair with an adult woman.
Yes, I think he did.
In the privacy of her apartment.
Anywhere.
Or wherever.
I guess he wasn't that careful.
Or a hotel. He wouldn't go to an island full of children.
No. Some people might get tricked occasionally, and I'm not trying to get anyone off the hook here. But, you know, is it possible? We were talking about it last week with Malcolm Gladwell. Is it possible some people were, like, just tricked into going? But I think he was savvy. I think he'd be like, hey, you want to come on to a trip? Who are you? Who are you people? Get away from me. Julius Caesar, Roman general and dictator, 44 BCE. Rather than BC, why is it BCE? I get it.
Honestly, I think anyone from Rome is like, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's probably there.
Yeah, they were like, "What? I have to leave my house?"
Yeah, that's the only thing they would be shocked by the idea of it being clandestine in any way.
Is it Roman though?
I have to keep this secret. Why can't I simply?
My first instinct, yeah, right.
Why can't I simply enjoy the holes of a young boy. Girls?
Hey.
No, thank you.
Look, I have a really nice house.
Yeah.
And it's right here. And I actually have tiles on the wall describing what you're doing. Like, you know, these, what do you call them? These frescoes or mosaics or whatever. To get lost.
We could do it at my house. We could talk about philosophy.
You come to my house. You want me to bring me?
Doing it.
You want me to bring me some nice olives? You know, what are you doing here? I'm an important guy. You should bring me olives. Look, they like the olives in the room. He's mad. I didn't bring him olives. Napoleon. Skipping ahead in time. Napoleon Bonaparte, 1821.
Hell no.
Hell no.
He liked him old.
Did he?
Wasn't Josephine old?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he liked those big. Yeah, she was kind of old. You're right. I mean, yeah.
He liked MILFs.
He likes MILFs. Yeah, you're right. This is not the time. Yeah, he didn't have time for that either. He's like, I'm kind of busy.
Yeah.
You know, he was a military commander. We're actually being much more lenient to the brutal men of history so far. Alexander the Great.
But before we move on from Napoleon, he might. I'm not going to put it totally past him. Like, he might have relations with a child if it was like if it was part of politics, basically.
What?
You know, there was an unfortunate.
How can that be part of politics?
It is kind of part of politics. Look, it's an unfortunate reality that, you know, in a royal context,
right?
Sometimes a young girl is valued for her virginity. And
well, look, I think what you're saying, I mean, is like, would he have, procreated with someone who wasn't over 18? But that I think it's in France. I think it's still a moot point.
Right.
18 is not really the thing there.
The point is the island. The point is.
Would he have gone to the island? I mean, he was already on his own island, famously.
He had a bad experience with islands.
He hated islands. He should try to get off of islands. Really? You want to go on an island? I just got off one. Can you get lost? I think that's probably the answer there. Alexander the Great. Yeah, probably, right?
Why do you say probably?
I don't know. I mean, they kind of talk about that. Like, I'm not sure. Well, I don't know if he was. Again, that's the thing. All these guys are like. I mean, no. I mean, this is another guy who like conquered the known world. I don't need you. Like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Like, oh, we have an island. I can do whatever the hell. I literally run the world, the known world, whatever that means.
Right.
So no,
he's not into just chilling.
That's a difference. Like, back in the old days, there wasn't this kind of like orbit time where you kind of got compromised. You kind of just like, I don't know. Like, no one cared about anything back then. I mean, they cared if you were like, you know, a punk and you were poor. They hated poor people.
Right.
If you came from a bad family, they were like, this guy sucks. You know? Like, his dad was the king. Alexander the Great's dad was the king. Like, he just conquered a bunch of stuff really well, but he was already a king. So that's kind of, he's not, you know, Adolf Hitler. He talked a lot of smack about, you know, what's the word that always comes up? The basement, but like moral degeneracy. So probably anyone talks about much about degeneracy, it's like, you know,
probably.
I know everyone's really in a rush to, like, you know, fawn over Hitler these days, but I think he might have gone. Winston Churchill. Oh, absolutely. Joseph Stalin. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if he needed to go to an island, but yeah, I mean, I don't think he was above it. Abraham Lincoln. I mean, he was. I do think he was a pretty decent guy.
I feel like he was loyal. Yeah.
People love this idea that he just did it. He hated black people. He just wanted to send them back to Africa. I don't know. It doesn't. It seems like he was a little. I mean, there wasn't. Like, you could write, like, no, there wasn't as much kind of like TMZ back then. Like, they find these letters and these things he said, like, to other people, which it wasn't implied that the things you said back then were going to come out.
Right.
And he did seem to not have any, like, you know, there's a couple weird little things where people interpret as, like, you know, like, if I could end the war by and keep slavery, I would. But I think he was more just saying, like, I hate this war.
Right.
It's bad. War sucks. You know, and, like, you know, it wasn't the war. I mean, if you want to say, it's weird that, like, the people.
War sucks.
I'm just saying. I don't think it means, you know, Genghis Khan.
I mean, yeah, right.
Again,
I agree with you on that.
I think we're landing on an interesting point here. This is kind of a fun little aside, but I mean, it brings up an interesting point. This is kind of a unique time in history, it seems like, where this could actually, which is weird. Weirdly, we're making progress if this could even be a scandal. I feel like, right?
Right.
Because, I mean, a lot of these leaders, because Trump is arguably as powerful as Genghis Khan, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, Genghis Khan didn't have nukes. It seems unfair. Genghis Khan put a lot of work into, like, putting babies on spikes. They had, all that stuff. But, I mean...
He definitely was not against, non-consensual stuff.
Right.
Not a deal breaker for him.
It just seems like these people weren't put into power in the same. I mean, maybe Karl Marx was. He's on the list, I think, somewhere.
Oh, Karl Marx would definitely.
Oh yeah, I meant Lenin, but yeah, Karl Marx would definitely be there. There would be no communism because he never would have finished that damn book. He was in the manifesto, right? And like, this seems like an interesting idea, and they would have like came to him, hey, it'll come to this, and he never would have left. and Das Kapital wouldn't exist. Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, and
I just view him as kind of a wallflower, an introvert.
I mean, he's just drawing airplanes that can't exist, and people give him credit for it. But like, oh look,
you think he was trying to bring Epstein's plane to life in his mind?
Oh, interesting point. Yeah, like, if only I could get a plane to go to an island. That's an interesting point there, Da Vinci. See, Charles Darwin, probably. Freud, definitely. Yeah, anyone that it really should. There's too much ancient history here. It should be anyone in like the 19th. Shakespeare. I
feel like Shakespeare. I don't know. Maybe this is just wishful thinking on my part.
Right.
But I don't like to think that Shakespeare wanted that kind of transactional shit.
I mean, Romeo and Juliet was a little creepy to me. Why is he writing about kids, young kids? doing stuff. Yeah, mind your business. Mind your business, Bill. Ludwig von Beethoven. I mean, he maybe he could always be like, I didn't hear.
He built an excuse. Yeah.
She said that. I didn't hear that. She said she was that young. I didn't hear her say that. I'm actually deaf. I didn't hear that.
Maybe this is the more appropriate.
You heard Ode to Joy? I wrote that, by the way. You like that? Can I go?
Maybe this is the more appropriate question than if they would be on the island. It's just what would their excuse for being on the island be?
Good call. Okay, so Vincent Van Gogh. Bro, I'm fucking crazy. Yeah. Look at my ear. Mark Twain. He would have done some dumb riddle.
Yeah.
Well, man who's the age of consent divided by 2 is more than the age that I'm willing to whatever. I don't know. He's always saying some weird horse shit. Kafka offered the trial in the Metamorphosis.
Kafka would just be like. Kafka would be having an anxiety attack.
He'd be like, "This is very Kafkaesque, actually." I gotta be honest with you. This whole proposition is very Kafkaesque.
I feel like.
Oscar Wilde. Oh, he's definitely going. I mean, he's just a weird guy. What was that thing? Like, I have nothing to declare, but looking to Clinton. Jane Austen. You're mad. I was gonna say you're mad on, but it's not. I mean, what do you call a woman respects? I don't know.
A dame.
Your dame.
My dame of letters.
Yeah, you love that Pride and Prejudice.
She's innocent.
Yeah, she's an innocent soul.
Yeah.
Mr. Darcy probably would have gone there.
I could see actually Mr. Bingley doing that more.
Oh, Bingley. Look,
Bingley's the kind of guy like.
Just full disclosure, she made me watch the movie.
Yeah.
And the guy from Succession's in it. Tom, Tim or Tom, whatever. Tom. Mm-hmm. So it's not. It was all right. Keira Knightley when she was, hot.
It's one of the best movies ever made. You can say it.
It's one of the best chick. I don't want to be like, oh, a chick movie, but it really is the epitome of that. Like 19th century nonsense. But it was fine. As far as that goes, it's fine.
But Bingley, and look, in the story...
You trying to get me killed?
In In the story, Bingley is a pure soul.
Yeah.
He's a genuine person. But in real life, he'd be the kind of person who did have like tons of shit.
Oh, he'd be like Malcolm Gladwell. Like, oh, what am I doing?
Right.
Oh. He'd fall in love with a 7-year-old like in the night. He wouldn't do anything. He's just like, I'm in love with her. You're a creep.
Just poking at her.
By the way, I would also
Selling
put that.
her
I would
hair.
put if that guy said if he said it to me, I'd put that guy in jail immediately. I'd be like, what'd you do? Nothing. I just love her. All right, you go. We're putting you in the goddamn electrical chair. He'd be like, what a marvelous invention. Aristotle. I forget. So I mean, they're leaving off like the big one who definitely was. Is Socrates on here? Because Socrates definitely would, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And then there was Plato. And I don't know. I don't know if Plato kept that going. And Aristotle, he was the one that actually trained Alexander the Great. But like it went like in succession, I think. I think like Socrates trained Plato and Plato trained Aristotle. I don't trust any of them over that. I mean, it's like, how that stuff goes. Tesla. He did seem unbound by the rules.
It's honestly, it's hard to think of some of these guys doing that.
I mean, yeah, we do. Do we have like just sleazier leaders nowadays?
I just think we have sleazier public figures.
Interesting. Yeah, the real.
But it actually kind of hurts to think of Tesla there. Matt Groening, not as much.
And you're a self-avowed Simpsons kid.
Yeah.
You love the Simpsons
I
more
love
than
The
anything.
Simpsons.
But you would interesting.
But it's just not heartbreaking in the same way.
Rene Descartes. I gotta be honest. I think they're 4 a.m. That's all I know about him. He's that guy. I don't know much about him. I mean, he's a philosopher. I don't trust any philosopher, to be honest with you. I think it's one of those professions that I just don't trust. I think it's very shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right to distrust it. It's like it's one thing to say like it's not real or there's no merit to it, but to say that you don't trust philosophers, I think is a very fair thing to say.
Thank you.
You know,
I wasn't laughing at you. I just happened to turn paper for some reason. For some reason, it makes me laugh. The idea of Robert E. Lee. I don't know why. It's just like you're accusing Robert. I mean,
if I could own every sex slave in the world, I'd release them all to end this, to close this terrible island down.
Is that why you own them? Interesting. So you're following. Oh man. So that was interesting. Whatever. I don't know. What's this? BB? Did we talk about this already? BB Black Belt. Oh, Ozzy's dead.
That's a guy. I don't think he would have been on the island.
No, I don't think he would have. I don't. What was it? I mean, look at Sharon Osbourne was like 90, or is. Ozzy Osbourne dead at 76. R.I.P. Ozzy.
Did you love Ozzy growing up?
I love him growing up. It's an interesting question. I loved. I didn't love Black Sabbath, but I liked a few songs of theirs a lot. I like Paranoid, and I like the War Pigs and Iron Man. Good songs. I didn't go deep, or even deep at all. I liked them. And then he did that show, The Osbournes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big inspiration as far as people who like can't be understood when they talk. It was actually kind of inspiring. He just kind of it was just very like it was likable. Viacom is notoriously stingy with their content. We can't. I'll play a clip. I mean, who knows? Those kids annoy me. Right, the Osbourne kids. Sharon's been annoying.
I did like when I was a kid. I did like the show.
Yeah.
It's the only reality show I really remember liking.
It was the only fun. I gotta be honest. I liked the Celebrity Apprentice. I also watched the regular one, but I really liked the Celebrity one. It was a lot of fun. You didn't watch that growing up?
Not really. I maybe saw a couple of episodes.
That's fair. But Ozzy was I agree. Probably the best one. The Osbournes. You seem to be taking like a sour pill in my face now.
No.
Like, oh, you're a scumbag. You like The Apprentice.
No, I
like
it.
This guy was like, I mean, we'll talk about Ozzy in a second, but there was one episode of The Apprentice where the guy like they designed like a hotel room,
right?
And like this guy, like I used to work in hotels. It's very important to get a very powerful toilet because people clog the toilets and it's a problem all the time. And then at the end when they lost, He goes, why'd you spend all this money on this powerful toilet? And he's like, well, I know it's like important. Yeah, but it's a fake thing. This is what Trump said. It's a fake thing. Why are you doing this? And like, you're dumb. You're too dumb to do this. You're fired. It was the craziest thing. It was like, what is this a fake thing we're doing here? I loved it.
That was really funny. There is like a logic to that, you know?
Yeah.
People aren't going to be coming into the fake hotel and taking big dumps.
Right. Yeah. No, there is a logic. Yeah. It's like, look, my whole life is fake things.
Yeah.
Strap in if you want to see what I end up doing in the next 30 years. So I don't need some guy who's like, why don't we make the toilet stronger and spend more money? Shut your mouth. Anyway, But yes, but generally, Osbourne's was a fun show. I don't remember much of it. I mean, what was the events? They would just kind of wander around and they would try to get Ozzy to like play charades or something.
It was maybe the only true reality show in the sense that like there wasn't a lot going on.
Yeah,
it was just like people yelling across the room, people yelling across the house.
Like early Real World was
Ozzy getting sick from all the drugs he did.
Yeah, but he's also like if you watch like his interviews, he played it up too. He wasn't quite that bad. He was actually much more cogent than that. Yeah. Although recently they made him, he was like he was getting pushed on stage with a wheelchair or something. What are you gonna do? If you could, did you like the music at all?
Yeah, I like Black Sabbath a little bit.
Yeah, what's your favorite Black Sabbath song?
Like you, I don't really go deep.
Yeah, but I named like 3 of them right off the dome. You can't remember what they said.
I like Crazy Train.
That's not Black Sabbath, but yeah, that's good. You're right. That is a good song though. That's solo.
But don't they have a famous?
Well, no, that's Ozzy.
That is Ozzy, right?
But solo. He left Black Sabbath in like the 70s or something, or the 80s. I mean, he had a big solo career. And I think Ronnie James Dio was his guitarist or something, right? I don't know.
Right.
This is where people are tuning out.
Yeah.
So
anyway, you're a legend, Ozzy.
Charlemagne, when he go to the island?
Charlemagne.
Oh man.
What about Constantine? You think Constantine is on the island?
Again, Roman. I mean, he moved.
But he's like the first major like Christian leader of Rome.
Okay. Are we adults?
So that means he wouldn't do it, right?
Are we adults?
That means he wouldn't do it, right?
Would it? Does it mean that? Really? Oh, the guy who started the Catholic Church had a problem with that? Interesting. I forgot. I mean, honestly, the people who are the happiest, I mean, if you want to accuse someone, this should have gone closer up, but we landed on this. This is a great point. Yeah. This is actually a very interesting point. The people, if I was Trump, the people I would be accusing of making a big muck of this stuff. Now, again, I don't believe this. I don't want to be accused and like, if you go, well, you're helping Trump out. Well, then we'll just point to this podcast and go, you took this from Kump. So whatever. But here's a strategy that would be smart. Who was making this up? The Catholic Church. Why? Because no one's talking about them finally. Who's talking about the Catholic Church and their shenanigans the past 10 years? Barely anyone. That's me, like, que bono, who benefits? You know, that whole thing? Mm-hmm. True. Catholic Church. They're the biggest receivership of this is good from this situation. It's got to be the Catholic Church.
That's true. That might
the Pope in Rome is Roman Popery.
Just start going hard after the Pope, the new Pope.
Yeah. Well, I forgot. Is it American Pope? We had a whole episode about it.
Is it an American Pope?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
It's an American Pope. It wasn't the American Pope we were talking about.
No, but it was an American Pope. And no one's talking. I mean, there was something over the weekend where there was like some meaningless report I saw where it was like, oh, he did something. No one talks about this new Pope. He's laying low. Yeah. Tells you something. He's waiting for this to boil over. He doesn't want to say anything in public or too publicly, lest he be sucked in. I'm not saying he has anything to do with this thing. But, yeah. I mean, he's being smart. He's like, why don't I just keep my mouth relatively shut? I'll say mass, He's not going there going like, yeah, we should get Trump for this.
Talk about immigrants, be nice to immigrants.
Hey, I don't think he's even doing, because then they'll get on the radar,
Yeah, I mean, he did that a little bit, but you're right. Like,
Oh,
now,
did he?
Now it's like nothing's really.
He says about
Coming from
immigrants?
him.
The new pope?
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's that. When did that happen?
I think like right after he
Oh,
was.
right after the raid started to help? Didn't help, did it?
Didn't know, but
The Pope has lost some of the juice he used to have, I feel like. Popes used to have a lot more juice in this country. Do you think that the Borgias would have gone to the island? I mean, you have the Vatican.
I mean, like powerful family.
It really is kind of like a unique time, like where you need the island. Mm-hmm. But that's even like a lot of history. They were like, why do I need an island? Like, everyone just kind of assumed the worst, right? The Marquis de Sade wasn't like censored. Well, he was, but he was thrown in the Bastille or whatever. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that book came out.
Right.
Awful stuff. Anyway, it's it's all very chaotic. Trump is looks like a guilty pig. I bet I meant it more poetic. What expression was I looking for? A dirty dog? Guilty pig.
The dirt.
What a guilty pig. That's not an expression.
Guilty.
But yeah, but like, it's a bad look.
We should do guilty pig of the week. On
That's
this
not
show.
a bad idea. Yeah, look at this guilty pig. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne.
Rest in peace.
You know, they're gonna try to get Ghislaine to talk. Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I guess we can go back before we tune out. We had a nice coda there, but you know, whatever. You think she'll make a deal, a fake deal?
It does seem like she's trying to wiggle out of her responsibility for this.
The problem
it's like if everybody's just gonna deny,
yeah,
yeah,
she's probably gonna get. She probably has like a bunch of fake names to give because they didn't want to make a deal with her before. That's the idea, right? They didn't want to make. That's what they said. They don't want to make a deal because it would look bad to let her off,
right,
or give her any reduction. But they I would imagine if she is an intelligence operative, you know, for someone, I wonder who. You would think like, you know, there's probably like a bunch of names she can give that are like, you know, maybe expendable people. We feel like the only name she names is Malcolm Gladwell.
he's behind all of this.
I mean, Malcolm Gladwell, Stephen Hawking.
It was Malcolm Gladwell's world. We were just living in it.
I mean, there probably is like a bunch of patsies. There's always patsies.
There's got to be.
So I mean, there's a bunch of people on the list who are patsies. I mean, that's what I mean. Trump should have argued that. Again, like, not trying to get him off. He didn't argue it. If you thought you were a patsy, he would have said it. So this is not like any kind of exoneration. I'm just saying, it's interesting. It's interesting that no one's advising him. I would never advise him because it's deplorable shit, you know? I would never be involved in this. But I'm just saying, like, you know, it's interesting. There used to be, like, evil, intelligent people in this country running things. Now it's just evil people.
Right.
What are you going to do? I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. And thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
And, you know, it's subscribe if you like, and notification bell, and patreon.com/rateComp. Have a great week.